Today, we're cooking up steakhouse pork chops. That's right, guys. If you want to know how to grill juicy pork chops, get them come out right every time, watch this video because I'm going to show you how to do it. Hey, I am Chef Johnny. This is Texas Style Cuisine, and these are some steakhouse pork chops. Guys, these pork chops are nice. They are thick. They're brought to us by Chapman Cattle Company. Chapman's not only selling beef now, they're selling pork and they're selling chicken. Put a link below for some of their chicken videos, and you've probably already seen some of their beef videos on here. But these are beautiful pork chops. I'm gonna season them up. We're gonna put them in the Weber Kettle on my grill grates. And guys, we're gonna show you how to make some great pork chops. So come in here close. Let me show you these chops and how I season them right before they go onto this pit. These are those pork chops, guys. Look at how thick those are. Let's get these out of the bag. They are vacuum sealed in here for freshness. It's the first time I've tried their pork, but by looking at these chops, I'm thinking we have got a good deal going right here. Bring that one out. It's inside of another bag. Come in here, open that up. And would you look at that pork chop? Man, guys, look at that. Chapman Cattle, guys, they got some great beef, and it looks like they're gonna have some great pork also. I'm gonna season these up with two different seasons today. I'm gonna go on top with a little bit of this honey chipotle killer bee, which is an excellent rub, but our base rub today, guys, is gonna be from Phil's. They're over in New Mexico. I see them up in Amarillo. I bought this when I was up there the other day, but this is their black tie steak rub. It's an excellent rub for your steaks. I think it's gonna be great on these chops. We're gonna come in here and I am going to put a liberal coating. It's a great big pork chop, guys. So this side's getting it. All right, then I'm gonna come back on top with the honey chipotle killer bee. So just a little bit of sweet and a little bit of heat on top of that black tie. Should be a good combination. I'm gonna go ahead and season up this fat layer. Man, would you look at that? I'm excited about that. And a little honey chipotle on there. Turn it over for the final covering on the other side. Guys, that Weber Kettle's getting hot. I'm gonna have it up around 500 degrees, something like that. Here we go. Final coating. These nice, big, thick pork chops. And guys, we're gonna keep them juicy. We are going to run them up to about 135 degrees internal temperature in the center. Pull them off, let them rest till they go up to about that at 140, between 140 and 145. They'll gain at least 5 degrees when they come off the pit when we let them rest. They're gonna be nice, they're not gonna be dried out, and here comes the wind. That looks like a pretty good coating. All right, guys, we're gonna open this up. You can see my grill grates down in there and see that they're on there. We're gonna be putting those on those. And guys, I got about 4 pieces of mesquite I just threw in there, about that big, just to put a little smoked flavor on it. Remember, South Texas, we do love mesquite. It's a great wood, it's full of flavor, but you gotta be careful with it because you can get a bitterness and overheat and over smoke it if you're not careful. So this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna take the lid all the way off for a minute. And guys, we're gonna go at 90-second rotations. But we're gonna put these chops on, and then we're gonna come back, and every 90 seconds, we're gonna turn them. So I'm gonna go on 2 o'clock going this way. If this was a clock, that would be 2 o'clock. Hopefully y'all can hear that sizzle. Press them down a little bit. Thick as these are, it's hard to press them down a whole lot, but we're going right there. I got my timer going for 90 seconds. Hey folks, now remember, you can cook your steaks the exact same way I'm doing these, depending on your thickness. Even if you did a reverse sear first and then put them over there to sear them, you could do that also. But as the heat's going down, from the charcoal going out, I just feel like that gives you a good heat because we're not gonna put them somewhere else. We're gonna put them right on here, just on this back side. So we're at 90 seconds. Got my fancy little lifter. I'm gonna come in here and pick them up, and I'm gonna go to 10 o'clock, but I'm gonna turn them over. So I'm gonna go here. There you go, got some pretty lines on that one. Would be nice if they were a little darker, but it's gonna be all right. Let's pick it up where I can get hold of it. So we go from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. That one's a little bit better. This is the 12, right? 12, 1, 2. So I was pointing them at 2, now I'm pointing them at 10. That's what's gonna give us our pretty hatch marks. And we're gonna go 90 seconds right here. That 90 seconds is done, guys, so I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna go back over, but I'm gonna go back to that 10 o'clock mark again, all right? And I think I'm gonna do this direction so that I get a little more heat on this top end, okay? So we're gonna go 10 o'clock there. Press them down for some sear. Okay, guys, another 90 seconds. Some people go 2 minutes on these. I was do a little bit less. I'm gonna go back to that 2 o'clock. Oh yeah, look at those pretty hatch marks. Let's pick this up. They do sell a set of tongs at grill grates that have the same grooves in them, so you can, oh man, look at that. That is beautiful, guys. So that's there. We're gonna go 90 seconds right here. Then we're gonna sear this outer fat a little bit, move them over here on the other side, and we're gonna let them go on that side till they reach that 135, maybe 137, somewhere in there. And then we'll pull them off and let them rest. All right, let's pick this one up, and we're gonna put it up and set it right on its side and see if we can let these chops sear on that fat just a little bit. And just kind of work it around all the way around that chop, guys. It's the way you want to do it. Move to a fresh spot. You can see we got some nice hatch marks right there, or grill marks on that fat. That is really going to add to the appearance of this chop, guys. Bone is toward the heat. Lid's back on top. I have my exhaust port over here near me, so the heat's going to go across those chops and up. And I would say we got about 15 minutes on there, maybe 20. I'll temp them here in just a second and see. Got to run inside and get my thermometer. I forgot it. But again, that target temperature is 135, definitely less than 140 to get a really good temperature on these chops. So we'll be back with you and let you know how they're doing. All right, guys, I just checked the temperature on these. They're about 92 degrees. I think we're looking at about 15, 20 minute cook like I thought. And once they hit that magic number of 135, we're gonna pull them off and let them rest. And that's when you're gonna see exactly how fantastic these pork chops are. All right, guys, time to get these off. They're up to temp, so we're gonna take them off, put them up here and let them start cooling down. They are beautiful. I do have some butter. I'm gonna show you how I made that butter, a compound butter for these. Well, we're gonna put them there. We're gonna slice them up, and I bet you these are tremendous. So let me run inside and get the butter while these are cooling. Once they cooled for about 10 minutes, we're gonna slice them up. Now guys, on grill grates, what they tell you is basically it's kind of scrape off the top and let them go. The more you use them, the more they're seasoned. I season these with onion. They say that's the best way to do it. As a chef, I do know this. If you take an onion and put it in a pan, it does make it non-stick, so that makes a lot of sense to me. But they say that it gets harder than regular oil does. Some chemical reaction, above my pay grade, right? But anyway, so these, I'm just gonna kind of take some of the big chunks of meat off of them. I am gonna close down the vent so this fire will start going out, and it is gonna be a better cook next time. But if you've never checked out Grill Grates, I got a link below for them. This is their specialized spatula for them. And like I said, I do have a pair of the tongs at school I use. They do make tongs where you can pick things up and turn them a little easier. But that's it. So let's let these rest. Let me get that compound butter, and I'll be right back with you so we see how these chops look. Okay, folks, these pork chops are looking beautiful. I'll give you a close-up view. Let me turn them toward that camera right there. But that's a pretty chop. On the back side was probably, I messed up. They were probably the nicer side. I should have turned them back over, but laying on the back side when they were finishing cooking, I got some lines across my hatch marks, which took away from the appearance, and that was really the better side of hatch marks, and you can kind of see those. But they're still gonna taste good because we took them up. Well, one was at 135, the other one was about 138, 139 when we pulled them off. So they're still gonna be really good chops, but let's slice them up and see how they look. Got a good sharp knife and 2 pork chops. We're gonna eat these up real quick now. Come on in here close and let's look at these chops. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna slice these up. Man, oh man, oh man. Guys, I'm gonna come in here and just take this chop off the bone. Did you look at that? It's pink on the inside, not too pink. It's nice and juicy. This is the one that was actually 135. Let's take a few slices off of it. Man, tell you what, good looking pork chop on the Weber grill, on the grill grates. Look at that right there. That is pretty. All right, folks, we're ready to go. Got the butter up on top. It's melted down onto that pork chop. I'm gonna grab a slice of it. Got a little bit over here on the side. I'm gonna kind of dip it in on there. It's kind of melting, but a little bit of butter, a little bit of South Texas red on there. So it's just gonna add another layer, another dimension of flavor to it by using this compound butter. Oh yeah. Good pork chop, tender, full of moisture. Guys, if you like a pork chop, that is a good pork chop from Chapman Beef. But Phil's, I use the black tie steak rub. Excellent on there with a little thin coating of some chipotle honey killer bee. If you don't want the heat, just use the honey killer bee, right? Work just as good. Then of course on my compound butter, some South Texas red, which has got some spice to it. A lot of different ways you can make compound butter. Put your favorite rub in there, right? Or what you're gonna season this with. You can come on with a little more of that on top. A lot of different things you can do with your compound butters, but I use South Texas red on this. I enjoyed the little bit of heat it gave me. It just gave us another dimension of flavor, just layering those flavors on top of each other. But great pork chops. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to check out the videos I'm putting below. Remember to check my links. Check out Grill Grates. They are fantastic. They did a beautiful job putting those hatch marks onto these pork chops, and they'll do a great job on your chops or your steaks when you're trying to show them off to all your friends. Again, thanks for stopping by. Always do appreciate it. Hey, tell your friends and family about us. Share us on your social media. Watch this video, or if you're here, you know it all the way to the end. That's what helps us out the most, guys. Share, share, share. Always comment and try the recipes and come back and let me know how you liked them. Hey, have a great day. Always appreciate it. I'm gonna head out. We got spring break this week. It's a cool week in Texas where we're gonna have some fun with the family. And right now, we're gonna eat some fantastic pork chops. So see y'all down the road. So long, everybody.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.